Good morning. Welcome to the 49ers Playbook. That's former Raiders offensive coordinator Tom Walsh. I'm Grant Cohn. John Lynch spoke today on the radio. We're going to talk about a few pieces of news that he revealed, and we're going to help Kyle Shanahan and Robert Saleh keep winning because they recently mentioned off the record, well, they didn't. I don't know. Maybe they didn't, but we're pretty much responsible for these last few wins. We let them down against Jacksonville, but no one's perfect. Today's episode is brought to you by Mint Mobile. At Mint, their favorite word is no contracts, no monthly bills, no overages, no hidden fees. Ditch overpriced wireless and their jaw-dropping monthly bills, unexpected overages, and hidden fees. Plans start at $15 a month at Mint. Make the switch at mintmobile.com/COHN. That's mintmobile.com/Cohn. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 a month. Limited time new customer offer for the first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan, taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. Okay, Tom. They're trying to replace Nick Bosa. They're 4-1. They feel like they might have something here. John Lynch was asked on the radio today, are you calling teams? He said, yes, absolutely. Working the phones, not going to get another Nick Bosa, and you got to find another team who's willing. The Chargers and the Ravens just made a trade for an edge rusher. How hard is it to actually pull off a trade in the NFL?
Well, the thing about it is, okay, you got to look at the salary cap complication in terms of money, and and the Niners probably have enough of a margin to be able to make the deal. And then you got to find a team which is willing to make the trade. I got a trade they can make right now.
Give me a trade.
Call Las Vegas and say, I'll give you 2 number ones for Maxx Crosby. He wants to be on a Super Bowl contender. He wants to be on a winner, and that's his goal. And the Raiders are in a position now where they need a total rebuild. They're not a couple of players away. They are multiple players away and several years away. You look at their schedule, they play Tennessee this weekend. They may or may not win that one. And then the next winnable games they have could be Browns in November and the Giants in late December. So they need a dramatic change, and they need a tremendous infusion of talent. And even though the Niners are going to finish higher up in the echelon, your 2 number 1 picks may not be great picks in terms of the top 10 of the draft, but they're going to give you 2 premier players. And I think I would call John Spytek and Tom Brady when you can get them off the plane or traveling around the country for broadcasting to say, here's the deal. We'll give you 2 number 1s.
Yeah, who are you going to get with those number 1 picks who are better than Maxx Crosby?
This guy's got a great passion to play. He's a quality person, plays with just unbelievable intensity every snap. Doesn't come off the field unless you drag the guy off. And that would be a significant boost for the Niners. I'd make that trade in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I mean, a few years ago, I remember the Niners wanted to trade for Khalil Mack and John Gruden, and the Raiders, well, at least the Niners said that they weren't cooperative. Do you think that the Raiders would trade with the Niners?
Well, one is you're looking AFC and NFC, so I don't have to worry about seeing them once in a blue moon on the field. So it's not like I'm playing them twice a year. I trade them out of the division. I trade them to the NFC. Hey, and Max would agree to it. He wants to win. He wants the Super Bowl ring.
All right, he's lived in the Bay Area previously. He played for the Oakland Raiders. It
Correct.
Seems to me that if they trade for Maxx Crosby, and I agree with you, they should trade for Maxx Crosby because Nick Bosa isn't coming back anytime soon. If they trade for Crosby, they probably can't afford him and Bosa. So you could trade Bosa in a year and get back 1 or both of those first-round picks. Prize Picks will give you $50 when you play your first $5 lineup. Win or lose, you'll get $50 for playing. Use promo code COHN, C-O-H-N, and download the app now.
Well, let's be honest. What value is Bosa going to have for trading at his age when he comes back off of another ACL repair?
Maybe, I don't know. What do you think?
You'd be lucky to get a 4th or 5th rounder in an if deal or whatever, maybe, but you're not going to get a high pick for the guy. He's going to be, 32 years old?
No. That's his brother. Let's see. How old is Nick Bosa? He is 27. He's torn his ACL 3 times. He's going to be 28 in October, so he'll be 28 in 2 weeks. But so when he comes back, he'll be roughly 29 off his third ACL tear. I think if he played a few games and looked like himself, you might get a first round pick for him, maybe.
Boy, you're generous. I tell you.
I could get a first round pick for him if I was working the phones. I don't know what John Lynch could do.
Well, I tell you, in the meantime, if the Niners want to get to the playoffs and they want to have a legitimate chance to win, they need an edge rusher.
Yeah. Yeah. And so it depends on how aggressive do they want to be this year. And my question to you is, do you think this is a team worth, like, before I ask the question, yesterday, Kyle Shanahan was asked, do you kind of look at this team similar to the one in 2019 when you traded for Emmanuel Sanders at the deadline? And he was like, no, that team had a Super Bowl defense. We just needed a wide receiver who was a veteran. His team is completely different. It seems like he's surprised he's 4-1 and isn't necessarily sold that he should make a big splash. Do you think that the Niners should take advantage of this opportunity?
I think they have to make the trade. First of all, you look at the league. Philadelphia didn't look too good this past weekend. They've been struggling throwing the ball. Hurts a couple weeks ago, his average per completion was like 6.4 yards. Anemic passing game. You go back and look at the run game. Saquon Barkley is not anywhere near as productive this season as he was last year. He's averaging maybe 3.3 yards a carry. They're becoming a one-trick pony on offense. They need to, their passing game is still out there. You look at other ball clubs who you think have got a chance, Detroit and others. The Niners, I think, if you get an edge rusher, that's going to make their secondary better. It'll make 3 and outs a more likely opportunity for them on defense. They'll have great pass rushers. That will improve the quality of play of other players around them because of the presence of Crosby, Maxx out there on the field for them.
Yeah, and the Raiders are an interesting team to do business with because they're not going to turn their season around. That's a disaster over there.
And they're multiple players away on both sides of the ball of even trying to get to 500, let alone be a contender for the playoffs.
Real quick before we move on, talk about Mac Jones. Chip Kelly's the offensive coordinator on the Raiders. He was the Niners head coach for 1 year. Niner fans remember him. What do you think of the job he's doing so far? And I know you want to be generous.
Well, yeah, Pete Carroll came out and mentioned that he's not happy with the play calling.
I saw that.
And so, Pete's thinking like, okay, wait, we're what, 1-4?
Yeah.
And we're playing the Titans this weekend. And his main complaint is the running back's not getting enough carries. And so I think, you're going to see a change in the play calling emphasis on the run game come Sunday.
Did Chip Kelly take that job thinking he would inherit it from Pete Carroll once he retired? Maybe we don't know. But I don't know what's going on over there.
That was a Tom Brady hire. Tom Brady wanted Chip Kelly. $6 million a year for an offensive coordinator for a 3-year contract. 3 years at $6 million per year.
Tom Brady wanted him? Like, why? That doesn't make any sense.
That's what the rumor is. Brady's calling all the shots.
He should have called us. I could have told him.